The key to success in education is connecting students to the best teachers and teaching practices. In reality, great teachers are right in your backyard. Every school has teachers that are using best practices, but in effect, those best practices are locked up. Even great teachers tend to be isolated in their own classroom, hustling to deal with day-to-day challenges without any forum for sharing knowledge and experience. Often, we overlook the fact that the best teaching inside each school already uses practices that work best under local conditions. The trick is to unlock this hidden treasure and scale it out so that all teachers in a school can share it.
So this group right here, I wasn't actually, thank God the cameras were here, because while they were recording, they had to sit in the stairwell, and that...
At the foundation of the EdBest solution is technology that has made it possible to identify, codify, and capture the best practices in one classroom, then leverage them for use throughout the school. Using high-quality video recording in the classroom, locked-up best practices become resources for other teachers. This finely tuned end-to-end process begins with EdBest helping a school identify key areas for growth.
The process of creating the videos has been interesting. It has required us to really think carefully about what are those best practices. What are the things that impact student achievement? Where are the holes? Where are the gaps? What does our data say? Looking at all of that has been entirely beneficial.
And this process isn't just about administrators. After matching up promising best practices to the school's growth needs, the teachers who will share their best practices spend important time in reflection.
Actually helped me and made me think about my practice in a way that I thought about how I could share and replicate all of the work that we've done. So I've thought about my project not only as a classroom idea, but also how we can make it replicable and universal for other teachers and students to experience.
In many cases, the videos become excellent learning tools for participating teachers to see themselves and their students with new eyes, a boost for teacher morale in the school.
So as I reviewed the video, I was very surprised by what I saw. I saw the students engaged. As a teacher, many times I'm usually floating around the classroom, and it's hard to capture important discussions that students are having about their own work. In this case, I was able to look back and actually witness all over again the wonderful work that they had been discussing.
Once the videos are completed, EdBest helps the school set up a system to scale out the practices.
This year on the technology implementation team, we spent time figuring out how to disseminate the best practices. And the first step that we took was using web questing and putting it out to the team members that they should each implement it themselves, looking at the web questing video, asking questions, figuring it out, seeing how they can collaborate and work with each other to make it accessible for their class, and then they would implement the practice. After they implemented it, they reflected on it as a group. We then began to run workshops once a month on how to web quest for certain groups of staff members. The hope is that we'll use these staff members then to learn and then teach one other person in the building and spread it that way.
Professional and unobtrusive in the classroom, the EdBest team brings to each school thousands of hours of experience documenting teacher practices. With quality unattainable only a few years ago, the videos are not cookie-cutter productions, but drilled down to present very specific practices that yield very specific results.
The best practice videos help in two ways within our building. One, I can watch the video. It can be in-the-moment support while I'm creating my plans. But I can also go to that teacher and say, wait a minute, you know, I still need a little extra tutorial. So between the two availabilities, the teacher themselves and the video, I think we get a much stronger outcome. And when we looked at all the recent research, all the articles coming out are saying that homegrown, innovative, internal professional development works.
When it's time to unlock the teacher treasures in your school, EdBest has the key.